Wednesday, July the 23rd, 2025. Welcome to the Grand Rising Elizabeth Wealth Building Wednesday. Wealth Building Wednesday show. I am feeling good today. I done did my meditation. I done got on my vibration plate and burned about 500 calories. This weight loss journey has been really interesting, fun, sad, fun,
Challenging.
emotional roller coaster, trying to find, what to eat and different things like that. But I have made it through. I am over 73 days
Hmm.
with no meat, eating no red meat or pork. So I'm excited about that and I feel good. And I'm excited about today's class on ETFs. So, anybody who comes to the Grand Rising Elizabeth Wealth Building Wednesday show, I am the host, Madam Finance, knows that I love to start the show off with a millionaire and billionaire success story. So, let's begin. Let me open up there we go, open up my screen, okay? All right. Today's success story is on AP Giannini, the multi-billionaire banker. He was born in San Jose, California. His parents were very poor, but AP always dreamed of owning his own business. His father, a farmer, died in a fight over a dollar when AP was only 7 years old. AP was forced to leave school at the age of 14 to make money for his family. He started selling produce on the street. And by the age of 19, he was the owner of a thriving enterprise built largely on his reputation and integrity. At the age 31, AP Giannini became angered by observing the era's typical banking practices, only making loans to and servicing wealthy clients, and excluded poor immigrants from other countries that wanted to start their own businesses. AP then decided, with very little money, to start his own bank. He founded the Bank of Italy in San Francisco in October 1904 as an institution for the hard-working immigrants other banks would not serve. He offered those ignored customer savings accounts and small business loans, judging them not by how much money they already had, but by their characters. After a disastrous earthquake and subsequent fires leveled much of the city in 1906, AP's bank was destroyed. All of the other businesses collected government dollars as a result of their businesses being destroyed as well, except AP Giannini. He quickly set up shop with a wooden plank, straddled two barrels for a desk. He began to extend credit on the face and a signature to small businesses and individuals in need of money to rebuild their lives. His actions spurred the city's redevelopment. By the mid 1920s, he owned the third largest bank in the nation. In 1928, Giannini put his base into a giant holding company he called Transamerica Corporation, reflecting his new ambition. In 1930, he formed the Bank of America, which became the largest in the United States. As a measure of his success, it withstood the Great Depression, funding large industrial and agricultural interests as well as California's burgeoning movie industry and even the Golden Gate Bridge. When Giannini died at age 79, he had given over $1 billion away to help poor immigrants from his father's country, and others started businesses and built a future for their families and their people. I decree and declare that we are all success stories. We're all success stories. You know, what really was profound to me about this particular story was the fact of his integrity. He talked about integrity. He gave loans based off of your character. How are you representing yourself? How are you showing up? Integrity and your character is so key. It's just so important, in success. So I love these millionaire and billionaire success stories. It also goes to show, I've said it over and over again, that it is bigger than us. It is not about us. Our success is about being a blessing to bless other people. People are waiting on you to get it together. People are waiting for you to level up. People are waiting for you to become successful. People are waiting for your love. People are waiting. So let's stop keeping them waiting, y'all. Your family is waiting. Your nieces and nephews need to see more success stories. Your grandchildren, your cousins need to see more success stories. What better success story than of it being you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that being said, I am really excited today. I need the power. Do I have the power, Queen? Do I got the power?
You got the power, baby.
I got the power. Hey, I got
You
the
got the
power.
power.
Okay, let's see where we at. Where we at? Okay, let me go here.
Grand Rising Stacy and Sharonda and Motorola Edge.
Yes, welcome, welcome. Okay, share. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah, well, coming up. Yep.
Can you see it now?
Yep.
You can see it. You can see it. All right, so let's begin because it's a lot of things I would love to share today, if time permits. Okay, let's get this started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am excited that our topic for today is ETF 101. This is great for beginners. You should be able to understand this. I broke it down in baby terms because I love helping everyday people build wealth with confidence. I'm hoping that this presentation today will help you to build wealth without the confusion, okay? For those who don't know who I am and why should you even listen to me, who do I think I am? Well, my name is LaKeisha LaGrande, and I am a former banker with 20 plus years in the financial industry. I hold 3 degrees in finance, computer information systems, and I have an MBA in business administration. Currently, I'm a licensed insurance agent with 15 plus years and a former Series 6 and 63 holder. I currently manage a book of business with over 1,000 clients. I'm an author, financial educator, and a wealth building mentor. I'm a CEO and co owner of Natural Living by Design, which is an amazing health and wellness company because we got what you need. We got what you need to get you in the best optimum health possible. I'm also the owner of QSC, which is Quantum Strategic Consulting, where Madam Finance is actually the face of that particular company. I specialize in passive income, financial education, dividend stocks, REITs, ETFs, and brokerage accounts. Throughout the years, I have become a trusted, relatable, and results-driven professional. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's get this important disclaimer out, okay? This information provided in this presentation is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not considered to be financial investment and legal advice. Even though I strive to present accurate, update information, all investment decisions should be made based on your own research or consultation from a licensed financial advisor. I'm not going to never ask you for any money. I'm not a day trader. If you're looking for quick get rich, this presentation is not for you. This is actually for wealth building, long term. I'm not a registered investment advisor, broker dealer, or tax professional. So always seek to divide your advice of a qualified professional before making any financial decisions. With that being said, again, today's topic is going to be on ETFs, which is my second favorite type of investment. REITs being number one. Those who missed that last Wednesday, you can go on madamfinance.com, go to shows, and just be blown away with that information. ETFs, exchange traded funds. What is an ETF? An ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. It's like a basket of investments, of stocks, bonds, or assets that you can buy and sell on the stock market, just like regular stock. I love this analogy because it kind of really broke it down for me. So let's look at ETF like this basket. Okay, y'all see that basket? Everybody see that basket? Y'all see that basket? Okay, so this is your basket. It already got all kind of stuff in it. Already got all kind of stuff in there. And that stuff gonna represent companies. All that fruit is representing different companies that's in your basket. Okay. We're gonna say an apple equal apple stock. So we're gonna take an apple, we're gonna add that to the basket. We're gonna say a banana is Amazon stock. So let's take that banana and go ahead and throw it on in your basket. We're gonna say an orange equal Google stock. So let's take that orange and we're gonna put that in your basket. So you're gonna buy the basket. So what this represents is that it's gonna give you a taste of all the companies with one price. All them companies is in there in that basket for one price. So let's be clear before we go on here. I need y'all to get ready to tap in the chat. Tap in the chat, okay? Well, I don't even know I can see the chat while I'm on here. But do you own the companies that was within that basket, within the ETF? In the chat, somebody say yes or no. Yes or no. Put it in the chat. Can somebody tell me what's going on in the chat? Somebody saying yes. Who is anybody saying yes? Is people saying no? Do
I
you
say yes.
own the companies that's within the ETFs?
Yes.
What I got, Stacy? You looking at the chat? What I got, Stacy? Anybody saying yes? Anybody saying no?
I see the chat, so I'll say yes.
You say, what does somebody else say? Anybody say yes? Anybody say no? Do you own the companies that's within that basket, within that ETF?
I'm watching the chat, and there's only one response so far. That's a yes.
What? Come on now. I need y'all to participate.
I say
Yes or no?
yes too.
You say yes too. You say, okay. Anybody else say yes? Anybody say no?
I hope it's not a no. I know that it's a yes for
Okay.
REITs.
Oh, all right. We're gonna move on. Now this part is so very important that I need you all to understand because I do not want anyone out there because you got so much information that's out there and people just regurgitating information and some of them do not know what they're talking about. So I want to make sure if you're part of Madam Finance community, we go know what's really going on. You do not have direct ownership of the assets in your basket. While the ETF holds the stocks, you don't have direct ownership of those specific stocks that's in there. You own a share of the fund's overall portfolio. So y'all see that slice of pizza? Grab a slice of pizza. Everybody grab them a slice of pizza. So you own the pizza, but you don't own the toppings on.
No.
Y'all get that? Y'all don't own it. You own that basket, but you benefit off of the overall of the company. So if anybody say, yeah, you got an ETF, you own those companies, you do not run from them. They don't know what they talking about. Okay? Do we got that under? Are we clear?
Yes.
This is simple. Are we clear? You do not own the individual company when it comes to the ETFs. Capiche?
Capiche.
Why do our beginners love ETFs? I love this for beginners because it's easy to start investing, because it's professionally managed. So you do not have to constantly be going into your brokerage account and checking to see what it's doing. Because it's professionally managed for you. It's giving you an opportunity to be able to learn about investing, to get familiar with it. But at the same time, you making moves. Okay, you investing. You doing the doggone thing. You building wealth. You building passive income and don't even know what you're doing. That's what I love about the ETFs. It gives you instant diversification. So you spreading the risk, okay? So what I mean by that, you see all the bags, that fruit was in that basket. You have some companies that may not be doing good. But guess what? You probably got 10 or 12 companies that are doing good. So it helps spread that risk opposed to you just having one stock that's doing bad, is doing bad. But it's really about your mindset also, because just because a stock may be in the red, I look at it as if it's going on sale. It's on sale. It's on discount. So when it's in red, depending on the company, I'm buying more of it. Okay. So just want to keep that in mind. ETFs has low fees. You know, when you get these financial planners, you get these financial advisors that's telling you about your stock market, that ain't free. They charging you for that. Okay. So when you have an ETF that's already professionally managed with the ETFs, the fees are pretty low. You can buy and sell during market hours. So you can get access to your money very quickly, very liquid. Most people who purchase the ETFs don't purchase it to buy and sell. Most of them purchase for long-term investment, for long-term, residual income, right? And that's what we're teaching right now, is to set ourselves up for retirement. Those who may feel like you late, you're not late. You right on time, okay? And you can still start building wealth, okay? So we're talking about wealth building. So you want to start building your portfolio of items that you do not touch for whatever your goal is, for 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, that you're not going to touch your money. So I have some in my portfolio that I'm doing for 10 years, and then I have one for 15 years, and then 20, because I'm 58, right? So I do want to spend a little something, Now, when I was at the bank, I met this jazzy lady. She was so jazzy. I admired her so much. And she always talked about how her dividends, well, we was talking about at that time, women was going around, I need a sponsor. I got to find me a sponsor at that time. I think now they need I know there was a sugar dad. That was sugar dad at that time. They need a sugar dad. Now I think it's a sponsor. She needed a sugar. She said, girl, my dividends is my sugar daddy. My dividends pay all my bills. And I looked at her account, I was like, wow, I can't remember exactly how much, but it was well over 10,000. But she had been investing for a very, very long time. But how good is it to set yourself up now to get passive income, whether it's $1,000 quarterly or some ETFs are monthly? You know, how good can that feel? 2,000, 3,000, paying you on a regular basis without you doing anything, right? So I really fell in love with the ETFs and the REITs. How do you make money from ETFs? Anybody want to know? Inquiring minds want to know. How do you make money from the ETFs? One way is capital gains. That means you sell it for more than you paid for it. The second way is dividends. Some ETFs pay dividends to you as a regular income on a regular basis. Okay. So, when you like to get residual income, what I like about dividends is that whether the stock go up, whether the stock go down, most of the companies are still paying that dividend, right? That residual income. I love residual income. I love residual income. I love being able to get money, you know what I'm saying, on quarterly that I can count on. So ETFs is a good place for you to start building passive income. The types of ETFs. ETFs started in 1993. That's when the first ETFs began, was in 1993. There are many types of ETFs. You got the stock ETFs, which is a mix of company stocks within that ETF portfolio. Bond ETFs, which primarily consist of government and corporate bonds. You got the dividend ETFs. Y'all know those the one matter finance loves. That's what I love. Pay you on a regular. I like regular income. Y'all like regular income? I love me some regular income. So I love me some dividend ETFs. And of course, they're in my portfolio. You also have ETFs that's broken down in sectors like tech. You might be in the tech, so that ETF going to consist of a lot of the tech companies. You might be in the healthcare, which I feel like is a really, really good industry to be in because the way everything going, health ain't going nowhere. More people are becoming more conscious, but they always coming up more creative with different equipment, different things, different, you know. Prescription drug like healthcare is not going anywhere. So that might be an area that sector you may be interested in, and energy, you know. You got the index ETFs, which follow major indexes like the S&P 500. Here are some real examples of ETFs. So you got the ticker symbols, and then you have the dash. So the ticker symbols, when you're looking up different ETFs, if you're looking up different stocks, REITs, etc., each company they call them tickers, but they have like an acronym, for you to easily maybe understand it as an acronym, like QSC, Quantum Strategic Consulting. If I was to go public, it would be QSC. That would be related to my company, but the actual proper name is tickers. So SPY, you can look it up that way to find a company, or you can actually put in S&P 500 Index ETF. You have VOO, which is Vanguard's version of the S&P 500. Y'all can write these down and do some research and look them up. I'm giving y'all some nuggets. Of some really good ETFs. ETI, total, this has the total United States stock market within that ETF. If you don't know what the S&P 500 is, they have 500 companies that's within that ETF. You got SCHD, which are dividend ETFs. So all of these, uh, they have ton of dividend ETFs, ton of tech sector stocks, ton of different ETFs. And if we have time today, did I fail to mention that there are a ton of ETFs that you can have in your financial portfolio that's under $100? Did I say that? Yes, I did. There are ETFs that are under $100 that you can put into your financial portfolio. And if we had time today, I will be happy to show you what they are. Where can you buy ETFs? I thought y'all might want to know. Where can you buy ETFs? On online brokerage accounts like Charles Schwab. These are my top ones that are like pretty much popular. My favorite is Charles Schwab and Fidelity. Those who've been following Grand Rising Elizabeth Wealth Building Wednesday knows that one of the reasons why I love Charles Schwab and Fidelity is that they offer partial shares. You can purchase partial shares instead of owning outright, a full share. So let's just say there was a company share was $600, $200, $300 a share. You don't have to have $300. Do you have $5? If you have $5, you can get into the investment game with $5 and own you some Uber, own you some Walmart. I'm just throwing some stuff out. Now, I'm not saying that's what you get, but I'm just saying $5, you can get into the real estate game. I mean, real estate, I'm thinking about REITs. You can get into the investment game, okay? Fidelity offers it. Charles Schwab offers it as well. Ameritrade, Vanguard, you got Robinhood. Not all offer partial shares. So Charles Schwab, even though they offer partial shares, they do not offer partial shares for ETFs, but Fidelity does. So that's why I have Fidelity as well as Charles Schwab. Here are some tips before you buy. ETFs before you buy, period. Before you buy any REITs, before you buy any dividend stocks, know what's inside the ETF. Do your homework, okay? When I look at an ETF and I look at the basket of stocks that's in that ETF, I love looking at the first 10. What is the first 10 companies do that ETF have in it? And I may look at another ETF. What is the first 10? And pay attention, because if you see some of them, like let's say Meta, Google, which is now Alphabet for those who don't know, is in the top 10. Netflix, and then they also in the top 10 of another ETF or the top 10 of another ETF. You might want to let me check this out, because this company is in all three of these or all 10 of these. That might be something you might want to own outright. I'm just saying. Understand your goals. Why are you investing? Are you investing for your children's schooling? Are you investing for a goal, a wedding, college, retirement? Why are you investing? What are your investments doing for you? Break it down, right? understand, are you just want growth stocks? Do you want income, just dividend, passive income coming in? Are you like, well, I don't want to be risky. I want to be on the safe side. So you just got to understand your goals. What is it that you want to achieve and talk to that person, to or financial planner advisor, or just figure out what it is that you want to do. This one is very, very important to check the expense ratio when you're dealing with index funds, mutual funds, and ETFs. The lower is better, and I'm going to go into that shortly. Don't chase the hype. Think long term. Don't chase the hype. You have so many people on YouTube University, on the internet, on TikTok, on Facebook. Oh, buy this, buy this. This is the top stock now. Oh, get this. Oh, I'm telling you, you're gonna be able to make some money and get rich if you buy this stock. Don't chase the hype. Do your homework, do your research. Okay, listen to them, but don't just take their word for it. Take it, write the ticker symbol down, write the name of the company down, and do your research. Expense ratio. I know this might seem overwhelming, but it's not. Expense ratio is something that I really want you all to look at. An expense ratio in the contents of stocks refers to the annual fee charged to investors in a mutual fund or ETF to cover the funds or operating expenses. So I'm going to break this down a little bit, what that expense ratio is. And this is why I like the ETFs, because it's very low. Okay. The annual cost, it's going to cover the cost of owning a fund deducted from your investment returns. So this is what the expense ratio breakdown is. It's going to cover the expenses. It pays from the fund's day-to-day operation and management. It's typically expressed as a percentage. For example, a 1% expense ratio means there's $1 is deducted for every $100 that's invested. So you want to see how much, when you're looking at these funds, how much is it going to cost? So ETFs typically, low. Some people may say, is 2% expense? Is that too much? I say anything over 1% is too much, because it makes a difference, right? What's one, yeah, so it makes a difference. So if you was investing $1,000 times that 1%, it'd be more than $1, you know. So the more you make, this could be add up extremely high. So you want to make sure that you're getting a fund with a low expense ratio. How to check the expense ratio. You can find this information anywhere. Anytime somebody is on the stock market, it's public record. You can find anything pretty much. They're open book to the public, to the investors. So you can find out anything. You can look at every investment every company have their own website. They have a website. You can look at the fund's prospectus that breaks down all the information, where you can find the expense ratio there, what's going on with the company, the fund's website. Every fund has a website. You can look at the brokerage account that you check, that you're working with, can give you that information. And it is truly a place for long-term investors to be able to get that information. Final takeaway: ETFs are an easy and affordable way to start investing. They help you build wealth with less risk and with more confidence. Let's build your portfolio one ETF at a time. Thank you so much for allowing me to share the basics of ETFs with you. If I was able to make any difference, if this information was able to help, can you please help a sister out and follow me at Ask Madam Finance on YouTube, on Facebook? I really, really, truly will appreciate it. Let's stay connected. There is my telephone number if you have questions.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that RJ gets his first paycheck. Well, he gets a card. He gets it loaded on the card. I said the first thing you gonna do. I already told him. First thing you gonna do is open your brokerage account. He
First
got
thing
ten
you're gonna
dollars.
do is open up a brokerage account. That
First
is
thing you gonna do.
amazing. Congratulations on making that decision to showing him to something that's new and different. And it's not hard. Like it is not hard to open up a brokerage account. It's not hard. It's not hard. So since we have some time, I want to show you all some ETFs that are under $100, which I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, but y'all like that so y'all can do your own research. Be like, okay, let me check this out. Let me check this out. So let me. But do anybody have any questions? Do anybody have any questions? If nobody have any, I must have did a good job. No, nobody got no questions. Did I break it down? Did I break it down? Nobody got no questions. Okay,
You
then.
did break it down.
Okay,
But
go matter finance, matter finance, matter finance. Okay, let's go on to the next thing. All right, let me see.
Stacy had a comment.
I know I was wrong about thinking that if I had an ETF, because I think the ETF is different than the REITs. Like when you have a REIT, you kind of own part of the company or whatever. But with the ETFs, is that correct? With the ETF, you just own a piece of the pie?
So I'm so glad that you said that, Stacy. It's the same thing with the REITs, which I want to make sure that we are 100% clear about. Even with the REITs, people who don't know, who are new, REITs is real estate investment trust. I did a class on that last week. If you missed it, I really uh recommend that you go see it. It's at madamfinance.com. That's my brand resume. Where you can see all the other shows. And REITs is a way, it's real estate investment trust. And if you ever want to get into the real estate game, baby, this is the game changer. Okay? Because I'm 58 years old and I do study millionaires and billionaires. But one thing for sure, all the millionaires and billionaires, they have some form of real estate within their financial portfolio. Okay? So most people get real estate because of what? They want to get commercial properties, they want to get houses, they want to get it, they want to rent it out so they can get rent. They want passive income because they want passive income on a regular basis. So when you own a REIT is a company that owns and operates real estate property, right? So one of the examples, let's do Realty O. Let's do Realty O. So Realty O owns, I believe, over 15,000 commercial properties. So you know, like CVS, they don't own their company. I mean, they build it. They pay a REIT company. LA Fitness, they don't own their buildings. They pay a REIT company. They pay Realty O. What's that? 7-Eleven. So many other companies, they pay a REIT company. Amazon don't own all their their buildings. They pay a REIT company. So they have a collection of all of these companies, over 15,000 companies, movie theaters, MGM hotels, right? You know how much it will cost you to own all of those properties? So you don't own all of those properties, but you do benefit off of all of those companies paying realty or rent. By law, they have to pay you 90% of the profits. Yes, I did. I said, by law, they have to pay you 90% of the profits. So you don't own each of those properties that you own, Stacy, but you benefit from all that rent that's collected from all of those companies without being a landlord, without having to worry about fixing toilets. Okay? You got a professional management company that's taking care of all that for you. And you just raking in that passive income. Realty O pays passive income every month. They pride themselves of passive income every month. So you don't own the actual, even in the REITs, you don't own the actual companies, but you benefit from the rent that they pay. How cool is that? I don't know about y'all, but I love being able to live my life, travel right now. I don't want to have to manage. I don't want to have to take nobody to court. I don't want to have to make sure that they paying their rent. I don't want to have to like, oh Lord, I got to put them out of business. Y'all know I'm sensitive. It don't make me feel good to put nobody out. I don't have to do none of that. So you get 90% of that. So I hope that was able to clear. But anybody who did not see that show, because I just left a lot of stuff out, I need to go ahead and look at REITs and make that part of your portfolio. And then I say, even with REITs, you can find you a REIT under $100. Did I tell you that? Because I think realty, oh, it's like $56 or something like that the last time I looked. $56 to have access to all of those companies. And what's so good about them, they have 98%. They pride themselves of 98% of occupancy. All those commercial properties that they own, that 7-Eleven rent to them, Dollar General, all of those Dollar Tree, they have been successful at 98% occupancy. The lowest I think was 95 something percent. Okay. So they professionals. Okay. So I highly recommend. Oh, Anna. Come on, Anna. Got a question? Anna, go and bring it on, girl. What's your question?
Good morning. Good morning. Listen, I was just thinking, so if we own some of the, if we're in ownership with the companies, let's say we wanted to get a hotel room, timeshare, whatever, Airbnb, do we get discounts because we're part of the ownership? How does that work?
No, how that work is that you might want to look at Vici, VIC. Now I'm telling y'all these, I know because they're in my portfolio, right?
Oh.
Vici, right? They own over 93 different how about if I can show y'all better than I can take because I'm a visual person. Can
Yeah.
I show y'all? Would y'all like for me to show y'all? Can I show
Yeah.
y'all? Okay, let me
Please.
just show y'all something. Okay.
Because that way you're paying yourself when you rent these places, you know?
Okay. Let's see. Let me share. Where do I want to go? Let's go. We can go. Nope, that's Zoom. Okay, let me open up a window here. I do apologize for that little delay. I thought I had a window. Let me close this out. Okay, let's go here. Can I go here? Okay, let's go here. And I don't know, can y'all see this screen?
Uh-huh. It's tiny, but it's
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna open it up. Oh, we've said we're gonna do VICI.
Vici.
Right. Now we're supposed to be talking about ETFs. And look at you, got me on REITs.
Oh, I'm
told you all.
sorry.
That's okay. No, because I need you all to understand and know this, okay? We changing lives, we changing legacies, okay? It is legacy over luxury from this point on, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Now, Vici Properties, they specialize in the experiential real estate. People love getting a nice hotel. I love when I go traveling, I want to stay in a nice hotel.
That's right.
They own golf courses. They own a ton of real estate property. Okay. Boom, there it is. Can y'all see this real good?
Yeah.
They own 54 leading gaming facilities. They own 39 non-gaming experiential properties. They own over 500 plus restaurants, bars, clubs, and sport books. Okay? These are some of the hotels that they own. Caesar Palace. Caesar Palace do not own their own hotel.
Wow.
They pay Vici rent. The Venetian, which is my favorite hotel when I go to Vegas. I love this hotel. They don't own a hotel. They pay Vici rent.
Wow.
So let's see if we can. They own golf courses, okay? Let's see the portfolio. All right, well, they own all this. So all of these individual hotels, restaurants, all of them, they pay Vici rent. By law, they have to pay the investors 90%
Mm.
of the profits. So why you want to own your own hotel? What you want to own that for? What you do? You ain't trying to be the land. Or you want to be the landlord? Do you want to
Amen.
sit? Do you want to, rent out? Do you want to fix it up? Do you want to, collect? Because even if you do, it's nothing wrong with purchasing properties, right? And renting the spaces out, getting you homes, because that is passive income. That's passive income. But now at 15, I want to live my life a little bit easier. Because even if you did that, you shouldn't run all that by yourself. You need to hire a professional management company to help you sustain and run your business. So now you're getting the best of both worlds. Do you know how much money it would cost you to own all of those hotels, the golf courses, and all that just so you can receive rent? When you can buy a REIT company, get paid 90% of the profits, the more REITs that you own of the share of the REIT, the more passive income you're going to get without worrying about toilets, without worrying about keeping it occupied.
Okay.
Did that help you at all, Miss Anna?
Yes and no. I still want to know, do I get a discount? Because
Oh no,
that would
no,
determine.
you don't get a discount for going to the hotel. was that your question? I had
No.
to go all around. No, you don't get a discount.
I knew they pay us, but I'm like, because that would determine where I book and how I can exercise my ownership. You know what I mean? Get some more discounts. But anywho, that's good to know that I still get paid. So whether or not I'm getting a discount, I'm getting
Yeah,
paid.
I mean, why
Thank
not
you.
go to them? Because you
There you
helping them
go.
stay in business.
There you go.
You still helping them stay in business, even when you
Absolutely.
own all of these companies. You know, like I don't mind going to Walmart because every time I go to Walmart, I'm keeping Walmart open so I can get my dividends. I don't mind, working on Uber and all that stuff. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
my telephone company, AT&T. Of course, I own some AT&T. You know what I'm saying? They my house phone and my internet. So of course, you know what I mean? So we
Mm-hmm.
won't go deep into that because y'all done got me off course. But
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hey, because for those who do not come on Wednesdays, I hope that y'all got some valuable information. I cannot tell you this information is free. It's not going to always be free, and I'm taking it down next month. So I advise you to go on there and I break down the REITs in more detail. I'm just hitting a little surface today. So now we don't have that much time. It's 9:52. So I'm going to show. Yes, go ahead, Stacy.
Just a quick question. If I wanted to get like $5,000 a month, we'll flip the script back over to EFTs. How can I determine how much money I need to put in the stocks to be able to get that $500 return? However I just need to know.
You the bomb, Stacy. But we ain't got that much time. But guess what?
Hmm.
Next Wednesday, I'm going to break it down just for that reason. So that you will know how many shares that you need to get the passive income that you want to have on a regular basis. Okay? So
Perfect.
I am going to break that down next Wednesday. So I advise y'all to come on next Wednesday because I'm about to bring some additional information. So I want to at least do this one ETF. I talked about this ETF, and I'm just gonna put this one. I'm gonna put this one out here because we got some new people on here. I can't even really see, but I see we had like 11 or something people on here, and I want y'all to know about this one ETF. I'm not telling you to buy it because it's in my portfolio, but I'm telling you to maybe want to take this into consideration. This ETF, which is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is not going nowhere. This particular ETF has, I believe, 80 or 85 of the top companies that is highly investing into artificial intelligence, like NVIDIA, who does the chips for Tesla and other companies. You got, so let's look at this. So this is why I love ETFs because it's professionally managed, right? You don't have to constantly worry about what's in your portfolio until you become a more seasoned investor. This is the way all you need to do is just be consistent. This ETF was under $100. Let's see here. We got 5 minutes. The ticker for this ETF is here. Can y'all see my mouse?
I don't see the ticker. Where's the ticker? Oh, I
Y'all
see.
see my mouse?
AIQ is the ticker.
AIQ. Yes. I want y'all to look. I want y'all to look that up. I'm giving y'all a nugget. I'm giving y'all a nugget. So this is what I mean. These are the top companies that are within this ETF. Meta, who owns Facebook, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Broadcom, Alibaba, Netflix, Samsung, Oracle. Y'all remember Oracle? Y'all thought Oracle went somewhere? Oracle ain't went nowhere. Palantir, Tencent Holdings. All these are the top companies that's within this ETF. So we're going to show all of them. We can just show all of them. We got IBM in here. Google is in here. Amazon, Apple. I said Microsoft, Alibaba. Look at all these companies that's in here. Tesla, Uber, ACN.
Wow.
Look at all these companies.
I think I have that one.
I think you do too. Yeah, I think you do too, because this is not my first time talking about it. But these are all the top companies that is within this ETF that is dealing with the artificial intelligence. It's not going nowhere. Even if you don't understand it, this might be an ETF that you might want to do some, research on. On one of the other shows, I went more in depth within this particular ETF. I don't have time today, and I'm just going to show one more quickly. SCHD.
Woo!
$27.20. This is Schwab's dividend ETF. $27, y'all. Okay, Sherrod, you got your hand up?
Hey, yeah, so I've been at work. Remember I went to that business trip in June and I went down there to Charles Schwab. I was at work, so I couldn't really hear everything you said. It was some fees associated with the mutual funds, with the Schwab's, the mutual fund or ETF, because all I know is I gotta try to get $150 and then I can go and choose all of those. So do you know if the Schwab slices is a ETF or a mutual fund?
Is okay. Say it again. So Charles Schwab is a brokerage account.
Right, the Schwab slices. When I went out of town, I went and they were like, all I know is I needed $150 to be able to participate in the Schwab slices, but I don't know if it is with
No,
the ETF or it was the mutual funds.
no. So the Charles Schwab brokerage account, it costs $0 to open up a brokerage account. Did y'all hear me?
Now opening an account, this is
I let me
inside of
finish.
there.
Let
Okay.
me finish. $0 for the brokerage account. And you have hundreds and hundreds, thousands of stocks, shares, ETFs, mutual funds, index funds that you can purchase. Charles Schwab, any stock pretty much that's within that they have a limit of what companies that you can purchase partial shares from, which is a wide range of it. You only need $5. I don't know what you were trying to do,
Yeah, I'll
but the
have to go
swap
back and look
slices,
into it because I haven't been in
$5.
there since that time. I'll try to get back in there and maybe we
Yeah,
can talk about
let's
it.
see. Maybe that particular stock that you was interested in, maybe they don't offer slices, and that particular stock was $150 for that stock
No,
for that
whatever I was
ETF.
looking at, it said it was $150. So that means I can choose like 30 of them because it's the $5. So I'll try to get back in there and get with you off of here.
Okay, that sounds good, but $5 to open up the brokerage account. I could take one more last question. I really hope this information was very helpful regarding the ETFs. Touched a little bit on the REITs. This class will be recorded, so you can go to Madam Finance. You can also go to Grand Rising Elizabeth. I believe is also going to be recorded there as well, to get the information, to share with your kids, to share with your nieces and your nephews, and go over it, because I broke it down in baby size pieces that you can really truly understand. This won't be up long. I probably would end up taking this down because I'm working on Legacy Building Academy. Woo woo! I'll be breaking things down, and some of that information I'm going to be using, but just adding to it. So I hope this was very informative for you. If this was, please, I'll appreciate it if you can follow Ask Madam Finance on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff, as well as Natural Living by Design, the health and wellness company. So before we close, let's give ourselves a hug, because we take care of so many other people, and sometimes we forget to give ourselves love and grace on ourselves and love on ourselves. Let's hug the world, because the world needs hug too. I think this is how Stacy do it. I love it. Hug the world, and let's sprinkle love and light to all those that are in authority, because they need it. We send enough love and light. You never know how wonderful and amazing things can turn out. So I love you. I appreciate you. Please have a wonderful and fantastic day on purpose.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace and
See you
love. Peace
tomorrow.
and love.
Okay.